marriage, love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage. This I'll tell you, brother, you can't have one without the other. Love and marriage, love and marriage, it's an institute you can't disparage. Ask the local gentry, and they will say it's elementary. Try to separate them, it's an illusion. Try, and you will only come to this conclusion. Love and marriage go together.
Hey, what are your thoughts on premarital counseling?
This is what I think about it. Hey, Matt, you want a puppy?
What are your thoughts on premarital counseling?
Oh, it's probably the best thing. Me and my husband, we went through premarital. I'm just joking.
Are you going to do it when you get married?
Probably. I think everyone should probably do it.
Really?
Sure. Why not?
No real reason? Just...
It's probably good for everyone to go through premarital counseling before they get married, right? That's just what I've always heard.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Survey.
Thank you so much. Charisma, do you recommend premarital counseling?
I do recommend premarital counseling.
So are you going to take premarital counseling before you get married?
I am. I think it's such a good idea, though. I just threw it up.
Are you? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I think it's actually kind of really important. One of my friends is getting premarital counseling right now, and I don't think she appreciates it like she should. She's talking about how she doesn't feel like she's learning anything, but I think it's so beneficial. I don't know, I was just kind of shocked, I guess, when I heard, because there's so much about premarital counseling that I think is beneficial to your relationship later.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's foolish, and I think it's kind of overly optimistic to go into a marriage thinking you already know everything that you need to know.
Do you think, well, do you recommend a pastor, or do you recommend a professional therapist?
I recommend a professional therapist.
Okay.
I don't know that I've noticed too many pastors who have enough training or expertise in that area to adequately address it, unless they've had training or some kind of practice.
Right.
But a lot of them I don't think do. They just are like, read the 5 love languages, you know?
Great. Thank you, Charisma.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on premarital counseling, Ashley?
You should do it.
Yeah? Why?
Yeah.
Because then you...
Who wants a puppy?
You should do it because then you get to have a mediator in the relationship that can help you discover new things about the other one before you enter into a lifetime of commitment.
Great. Are you going to do premarital counseling before you get married?
Well, I've already been married 4 times, and I didn't do the first 4 times, so I'm for sure going to do it
the next one. Great thinking. Okay, well, hey, thanks for your time.
You're welcome.
My thoughts are premarital counseling is very important for couples about to get married. Mainly because you get to iron out these differences beforehand. You'll be able to work together on sensitive subject matter in a structured, good environment instead of an unstructured, hostile environment. This is usually very helpful for the couple to get through. It makes it a lot easier, and I recommend it to everyone.
Great. Thank you so much. What are your thoughts on premarital counseling?
Well, since we're going to operate from the premise that neither have been married before, they are going into this relationship not knowing really firsthand what marriage is really about. And so I highly recommend it because you're establishing something new, although you can draw from other people's experiences, you're going to be creating your own. And so you get instructions on how to build an airplane. You get instructions on how to do almost anything else in life. So why not sit with someone who is equipped to help you discuss and learn about how to build a marriage?
So would you recommend a pastor or a professional therapist, or would you recommend both? What are your thoughts on that?
Actually, Either. It's really up to the individuals and who they are comfortable with. I think it's important that you're discussing such intimate details with someone that you're comfortable with. It may be your pastor, or you may be comfortable with someone who doesn't have a connection with either of you. That's something that I would think that the couple would discuss between themselves and come to a decision about.
Do you think there is a specific length of time couples should go through premarital counseling? Your daughter's about to get married, so what have you recommended her
We discussed it, and I gave her some names of people that I know that do premarital counseling. But and she and her fiance discussed it, some people that they thought, and they actually came up with someone that I had not thought of. Again, it comes down to the choice that they want to make about who to have counseling with. As far as the length of time, I would assume that that person has a prescribed pattern that they follow.
The point really of premarital counseling is to kind of get some outside advice, and people who are already married can help you.
And sometimes you can get positive and good counsel from people who aren't married.
Yeah.
Good counsel doesn't necessarily come from a person's own personal experience. Sometimes good counsel is good, sage, biblical advice.
Right. Great. Thank you so much, Joan. You've been great.
You're very welcome.
Try, and you will only come to this conclusion: love and marriage.